Hey everybody, I am here today to discuss with you and get your comments on my EX predictions for the new Black and White 9 set Megalo cannon, which will be released in Japan in the next couple of weeks. If you guys remember my last EX predictions video, it was atrocious. So if this is any indicator, then if you want to find out what's not going to be in the next set, then you should listen on. I did some research on what's been coming out recently. I've looked at some patterns, so I think I've come up with some reasonable educated guesses. I think there are a lot of good candidates for the EX set. I think they're going to release 4 EX cards, 1 full art trainer, and 3 shiny cards. That seems to be like a fair estimate based on what they've done when they released one set at a time in the past. Um, they released, I think, 4 regular EXs in both Dark Rush and Plasma Gale, but I just see them doing 1 full art trainer and 3 shinies as well, so I'll have predictions for those two. I think Virizion EX is a possibility, but because there's only one set being released, excuse me, and the flagship EX Genesect is a grass type, I think they're going to pass on it for now. Dialga and Palkia would also be options, but I think they're better suited for if they release 2 sets at the same time, maybe in the next round, and put one of them each in corresponding sets. Kind of like what they did with Latios and Latias. And Arceus would be an interesting colorless Pokemon, but I just don't think they're going to go that route right now. So here are my EX predictions. The first one I'm going to predict is Regirock. Now, Regirock is not maybe as popular as some of the other legendaries or EX candidates, but they haven't used a fighting type EX since Landorus in Freeze Bolt, I believe, so Black and White 6. So we haven't seen a fighting type EX show up in quite a while. They've already done Registeel and Regigigas, so I think this would be a good opportunity for them to use Regirock. Plus, it would be really cool to have a playable Regirock, too. My second prediction is going to be Jirachi. Now, Jirachi would be a good Steel type. Come on, you can focus on the card. Maybe. We're getting there. Jirachi would be an interesting Steel type. Steel type decks, I think, are going to be more prevalent now. You're going to see Cobalion and Kling Clang probably dominating a lot of decks once that starts getting going. So I think Jirachi would be a good companion piece. And also, it's been a long time since they had the proverbial cute Pokemon released as an EX for one of the sets. I think the last Pokemon to not have like a cutesy type in it as an EX was Dragon Blade, and I think they had Ho-Oh, Rayquaza, and Registeel, so it's been a while. So having Jirachi I think would be a good option. And my third choice is going to be a dubious one, of course. This is like asking Square Enix for a Final Fantasy VII remake. The more you ask about it, the less likely it is to happen. And that is a Suicune EX. Now, when they released the set list for Spiral Force and Thunder Knuckle, and Suicune EX wasn't on it, everybody's like, that's funny, Suicune EX isn't on it. They're not going to release it, that's funny, they skipped on it again. But now that we're winding down to the end of the generation, like, now we're to the point, like, you better get your shit together, or I will cut you, release a Suicune EX. So I'm not entirely convinced that they're going to finally do this, but Entei and Raikou EX came out in Dark Rush, so it's long overdue at this point. They need to do it before they switch. And who knows how many more EX sets will be around. That mechanic might disappear. But again, that's for another video. So anyways, those are my guesses. I have Suicune, Jirachi, and Regirock for my predictions for EXs. For the Full Art Trainer, I think they're almost certainly going to go with Elisa. Elisa was released in the Shiny Collection as a trainer, and I think they're really headed in that direction to release her as a full art. I think it would be a good option, get a lot of people clamoring for that card. And my predictions for Shinies, I've learned since the last video that the Shiny cards tend to be playable cards at the time. So, and they tend to not be cards that were just now released. I think they usually wait 2 or 3 sets to do it. So my predictions for the 3 shinies are Hypnotoxic Laser, Kling Clang, and Dusk Noir. Now, all 3 of those are definitely playable cards. Now, if they were to release a shiny Flygon, that would be out of this world. I would love it so much I'd probably break my no buying shinies rule just to get that card. But those are my predictions. If you have different predictions, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to see what you think. And if you agree with me, tell me that too, because that's always nice to hear. So again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more stuff. I will be getting 3 boxes of Megalo Cannon when it comes out on the 15th. So we'll definitely be opening those by the end of the month. And of course, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'll have more stuff in the future before that happens.